I should be on the road tomorrow, Billy. Maybe even today.
Oh, really? Well, maybe
Oh
that's.
yeah, they're screaming. They're wanting to know when I'm ready to go. We got two students. They want me to train. I'm like, man, give me another day off, please. I'm gonna tell you something. Training somebody that's never drove a truck before in their life, never even drove a manual before in their life, and they're putting them in an 18 wheeler. It is stressful.
Man, I can't even imagine, man. That's almost like trying to teach somebody how to drive a car, almost.
Even worse.
I bet it is. They over there panicking and all that, and you can't stop that big thing that quick.
And some of these students, they get me. I'm wondering how do they get up and get dressed in the morning. The last one, let me tell you about the last student I had. It's been a while since I've trained, maybe a year or so. But this guy was in the army. Good kid. I'm telling you, he was a good kid. I mean, if he's a little bit younger, I'd want him to marry my daughter. That's how good he was. Good, solid. Get up early, had his boots ready, sitting in the seat, ready to go in the morning every morning. He's always getting up before me, asking, "Sir, when you're in the military, they say, sir, can I get you have my coffee ready every morning?" This kid was good, but he was dumber than a box of rocks.
But it could have been that bad, Bobby.
Let me tell you something. These new kids say I don't trip plan. That's the new thing with a lot of these companies. They want you to trip plan. Know where you're going to stop at, know what road you're going to take. They don't want you to go 300 miles the wrong direction and then realize you're on the wrong road. They want you to trip plan. Know when you're going to get fuel. They don't want you running out of fuel. You got to know everything where you're going. Well, somebody like me, I trip plan like a computer in my head. I see the load, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. Don't look at no maps. Let's go. Well, trip planning is a big thing. It's part of the test when they get back in. They've got to be able to tell on a test that when they get back, when they're ready to graduate, you get a load from point A to point B. What roads are you going to take? How many gallons of fuel? If you start out with a quarter tank, which most trucks will go 1,000 miles on a tank of fuel. If you start out with a quarter of a tank, where are you going to have to stop for fuel?
Mm.
This and that, all the stuff. And so one of the things about truck driving is they want you to be on time.
Hmm.
On time percentage. You can't be late because these customers are paying for on time delivery. Most customers are cutting back on their warehouse space to save money, so they're bringing this product in just as they're needing it, just in time delivery. So you're late, you mess up everything. So being on time is a big thing. You got to know, if you leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, when will you be there? Will you be on time? So one of the things you got to know is how many miles per hour you're going to average. How far will you go? So I asked him. I said, "All right, bro, you're averaging 50 miles an hour. How long will it take you to go 50 miles?" Easiest question in the book, right? He says, I said, "Come on, man, you ought to know this. If you average at 50 miles an hour, how long will it take you to go 50 miles?" He goes, 2 hours. And I said, "Come on, man, if you're averaging 50 miles an hour, how long will it take you to go 50 miles?" "I don't know, three." I said, "Come on, man." Right then, I knew I was, bro. I knew right then it's going to be a long,
um,
screw 3 weeks getting this guy trained. It's going to be 5 or 6. But you know what? Catfish got him trained.
man,
And in 4 weeks, he couldn't back up. If I backed it up for him, he couldn't back it up. Back up the truck. I mean, with a trailer. I mean, he couldn't do anything. In 4 weeks, everybody, I found out when I got back. My buddy said, he said, "There ain't nobody gonna be able to train this guy because they had him through their 2 week CDL where they get their CDL thing." He said, "This guy ain't gonna make it." So they put him with me on purpose. Well, I got wind of that before I graduated. I almost turned him off. I almost kicked him out and said, "You can't drive a truck." But when I found out they tried to punk me, I said, "I'm gonna show y'all guys." I got him trained and he passed in 4 weeks.
Hey, if anybody can train anybody, man, you can. I mean, it's especially you got me on this show doing this stuff. uh, oh man, well let's go and get this day started. 55. Oh man, what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitter? Hey, it's your boy Billy Ratliff here and Bobby C here with the Volunteer Roadshow. Hey, and we are at it again this morning, guys. We're here to have some fun, talk some life lessons, and just do what we do on a daily basis, man. Bobby C, man, how you doing, man?
Man, you was looking at me kind of cross-eyed when I sneezed a minute ago. You can't catch coronavirus over the internet. I'm here to tell you, you can't do it.
Hey, I saw you picked up that piece of paper up. I said, hold on now. We might need to go solo this morning. You ain't told me you had took the test, Bobby. I was like, wait a minute. I saw Luke said he took it last night.
And that test ain't even reliable anyway, so I ain't taking no test. I ain't got no coronavirus. So it is cold down here. I sneezed for the first time and since this whole thing started 5 minutes ago. And it had to be when Big Worm heard it. He looked at me all
Oh
cross-eyed.
man, that
I
is
would say happy Taco Tuesday, but that was yesterday. What's
taco.
today?
Taco. What is
Today's
today?
Wednesday.
Yeah, today
What's
is Wednesday. You almost threw me off. I thought the day was Tuesday again. I was like, hold on, man, I ain't supposed to be on here right now. Then I don't lie to the people. Told them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, man. Man.
Oh,
Hey, I mean, last night was funny, man. Watching you doing all that stuff, man, with those kids trying to open that can.
oh man. David Newcomb sent that to me, and I said, "This can't be real." I've looked at it several times. That's real. That's
Oh
real.
man, it's a lot of things a lot of people can't do these days, man. I mean, I was thinking about building my own little boom box, and then I found the little boom box I had, and I got Isaac like, man, why don't you try this thing real quick? He couldn't even turn the power off.
Well, I'm gonna go over here while we're doing this, and I'm gonna get our super chats up and chats and all that stuff. Let's see. Let me do the pop out chat. I'll watch YouTube. Looks like we got Ballard Sports Media says good morning, Billy and Catfish. How you doing, Ballard? Cody Branch, good morning. Aaron Ross is in here. How you doing? Who we got over there on Facebook there,
Let's
Billy?
see if Flint Williams said good morning. Good morning, Flint. How you doing this morning, man? And go, hey, my man. Hey, I can't. I almost said it, Bobby. We got my man David Newcomb on here, man. He
Oh, I
said,
knew he'd be here.
hey, good morning. He said, good morning, everybody. Sorry I missed the show last night. So he was in bed by 7. I get up way too early, man. Hey, you got to go to sleep, man. Hey, I actually saw one of my teammates put on social media yesterday. His family going to sleep like they got something to do in the morning. He said, if it's Christmas or a school day, they be up trying to stay up all night. I was Pillar's Price. I said, man, he's silly, man. Flint said, dang, that additional stress doing all this. Yeah, man. God bless our drivers and warehouse workers. Most definitely.
That's right.
Most definitely, man. Let's see. Greg Guess, good morning.
Greg Guest is a Georgia fan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Good morning, Greg. Jared Barrett, he's on here. He said, please, let's get football season going. Hey, I'm ready for it too, man. I guess we took the XFL for granted, man. We had football and we didn't take advantage of it, man. We supposed to have been doing play by play. We had to have a live show at the Tap House, Bobby. No, we took it for granted. And look what we got now. We got kids that's going to end up going to the NFL from the XFL now.
Yep.
Man, who else we got here? Dewey Bowles, what's happening? What's going on, man? Good morning.
Good morning, Dewey. Uh,
Yeah, let's see here. You got Tim McGee on here. Hey, are they going to give football extra practices considering they shut down until April 15th? I don't know yet, man. I mean, if they get back in time, I'm sure they'll have something. But if it's too close to, like that summer situation where it's close to the actual getting time for them to report, I don't think they'll have it. That's going to be that particular thing where the NCAA, NCAA, man. God. Speaking of NCAA, man, did you see that little thing they where Taylor and the kid from Clemson over there and his girlfriend put up a GoFundMe page to help like the corona victims and stuff, people that are not able to make money and stuff. They was gonna raise some money.
what happened? Tell me about it.
Oh man, it's a funny situation, man, and that's why I know NCAA is a bunch of what, man. So at first they was basically saying they was gonna shut the page down. I don't know if the school said it or the NCAA said it or whoever said it. They gonna blame each other because the NCAA, you know how they are.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course, they said they're gonna shut the page down because of Trevor and his girlfriend. They're both athletes in college. She
You
is,
got to be kidding me.
yes, and they shut it down. And then yesterday, later on yesterday afternoon, they said that they're gonna let them do it. I'm like, so what's the real reason why you wasn't gonna let them do it, but now all of a sudden you're going to let them do it? It's that gosh, it's just they're bullies.
Hey, stupid stuff like that ought to make everybody that's a college football fan worried that we won't have football season this year.
Bobby,
I'm telling you, if they touch my football, what's that old bumper sticker? You touching my truck, I'll smash you your face. If they touching my football, I'm gonna smash you their face.
well, I'm telling you, man, right now, the way they're acting right now, man, I wouldn't doubt that they will say we're going to push college football back to October, November, December, or something, and they probably say, well, there won't be any bowl games. They're just gonna have the six games or whatever for the playoffs or something with them.
The
I'm telling
first
you,
year we
man.
go undefeated and they don't give us a bowl game, I'm telling
Man,
you,
I'm telling you.
Catfish is going to Indianapolis, and I'm gonna drop a dime on. I know some mafia people, Billy. I'm in trucking. I know some sure enough mafia kingpin. Killer Mimes over here, great Georgia fan, says good morning, Catfish and Billy. Aaron wants to know, has this virus made trucking life more difficult? Well, it's given us a lot of work. That's the good thing. The bad thing is there's a lot of places that don't have any food for us.
Mm,
I
wow.
mean, and what food they do have, you got to take it out. Which it's all right to eat in the truck. I just don't like eating in the truck because I like keeping that place clean and odor free. You start eating your truck and getting the truck smell like onions. But a lot of these sit down restaurants are taking your order at the fuel island and say they've got a little table there. Hey, what do you want? And they'll bring it out to you, which is good. But I've been hearing there's some places not even offering showers to drivers.
Wow.
And a lot of states require these truck stops to treat those showers, and these showers are nice. They're not like stalls in a locker room. You got your own room, your own toilet. It's a lockable door. It's just like the shower in a motel, minus the bed and TV. It's just a bathroom, and a lot of these states require these truck stops to have the same regulations as a motel room. They got to disinfect between each use, clean towels, obviously, and wipe everything down. They spray it down with a disinfectant. And I hate going into a shower right after they clean it because the floors are slippery with all that stuff they spray in them. But not being able to get a shower, I hadn't had run into that, but I've heard that. Uh, but I don't know if that's true or not. Um, but Aaron thinks the season will get delayed.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting delayed. They just better not take it away. All that's going to do, Billy, is that's just going to put the butt whooping we're going to put on Killer Mimes and Greg Guest's Bulldogs just another few weeks. That's all. It's putting off the inevitable.
Well, I hope you're right, man. You've been right ever since the off season's been as far as your record. You haven't lost a game yet,
I'm
man.
perfect. I'm perfect.
I haven't lost a game,
Perfect.
so I hope so, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. If we have a season, y'all can forget it. All you Georgia fans, Alabama fans, think you're king of the hill. The Big Orange is coming, and we're coming fast.
Well, I hope you're right, man. I mean, they did something. I don't know why they did it, man. We lost our strength and conditioning coach, Bobby.
I heard that. Tell
But
everybody what that really means to lose a
man,
strength
Bobby,
and
it's
conditioning
it's
coach.
huge, you know. I think we'll be okay that the first year just because of the fact, he's already put a lot of things in place to help the kids out, especially during, this time here. I'm not sure if they put something together for them with this, with the virus thing right now, but I'm quite sure they're business as usual. But they send these plans home with them to go home with them, and they hope that they do it away from home. It's kind of like being a freshman all over again. When you've never been at the universities, the strength and conditioning, they're able to send you a package that has the strength and conditioning stuff that they want you to do, eating plan, so many different things. And this is going to be hard, probably, next year. Alabama's going to have the same situation. They lost their strength and conditioning coach. But it's tough, man, when you have a guy that's been with you and know your body. He's been with them for a few years. It's the first time in a long time since we had a strength and conditioning coach, longer than 2 seasons. And it's gonna be tough to come back from this. I've always said, there's two parts of a team when you get rid of coaches or whatever you don't want to lose, and that's the medical staff and strength conditioning, because there's the only part of the team that they're together so much. You have to know the kids as the medical staff and as the strength and conditioning. It's the same thing. It's the biology of the body. You have to know how these kids feel all the time, and you get to know them a little bit more personal than the coaches do. And this coach, I mean, we're gonna miss him, man. I mean, he did some good things, and you can tell the team was getting stronger. They was getting faster. They're a lot bigger, and I'm hoping they promote somebody from within that knows his system. That's the way to
Yeah.
keep it together. Because whenever you bring a brand new strength and conditioning coach in, he changes everything to the way he knows how to get the guys stronger and faster. Whether he takes all the steel out the weight room and bring in the cables like they used to have. There's so many things that can mess those kids up right now. But I hope they don't take the steel out and go back to those cables, because man, you saw the difference with cables and steel. Strength and conditioning coaches using cables, and our kids look. They did look like they was using both flex machines when we was getting our tails beat around this past few years. And hopefully we continue what we've been doing, man. But it's huge, man. We gotta have a great and a good strength and conditioning coach.
So tell everybody the difference between steel and cables.
I'll tell you the difference. Basically, think about what you do at home by yourself when you don't have 600, 700 pounds in your garage. You only see people that has 2, 3 plates, 315, and then they also probably have a Bowflex, or they have the little weight shaker, or they have the little ab roller, or they have the little basic thing. They don't have like 2,000 pounds of just straight steel weight, man. This is what you use to get huge, man. When you have 500 pounds to squat, do 10 reps, is a big difference from doing a wall sit at home. They're creating bears. They're creating horsepower when you have that kind of weight. It's just like having a big old that semi versus that little Chevette out there. you, you, we talking about apples and oranges. You can't. It's a big difference, man. You gotta have those type of horses with that kind of weight with that steel. That's the way I compare the steel to the cables, Bobby. You got a semi truck over here, or you got a little Chevette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that fuel mileage on that Chevette's a lot better than that fuel mileage on that truck.
Hey, on the football field, we ain't got that far to go. We try. Hey, 10 yards is our agenda. That's why it's called first and 10. That's fun. How fast you can get in those 10 yards. That's why they say 40s. They don't say hundreds.
Well, before we read some comments off over here on YouTube, how long was Stuckey at UT, strength and conditioning coach? Your strength and conditioning coach. Was he there when you got there?
Yeah, Coach Stucker was there when I got there. I'm not sure how long he was there before I was there, but he was there up until, I know up until I left for sure. And I think I'm going to say Johnny took over in 2003, I think.
Yeah.
And, I was, he was there when Peyton was there, so I know he was there at least 94 to '03. So, that's a long time with a strength and conditioning coach. And there's so many people remember Coach Stuckey, man. Coach Stuckey was a tough one, man. He was tough as nails, man. I mean,
The
he's,
stories you've told me
oh
about
man,
him, this guy was a lunatic.
hey man, Stuckey was crazy, man. Most strength and if they ain't crazy, they ain't doing something right, by. You see, matter of fact, when you saw those commercials of Alabama strength and conditioning coaches on there,
Yeah.
that man was crazy.
Yeah, but this is a different kind of crazy.
Oh, it
And
was
I
different.
believe you.
Mm,
I'm not saying you're lying, but for what you tell me the truth, this guy was, there was something a
man.
little bit,
He,
twitchy wrong with him.
Man, he was, man. He wasn't a loud strength and conditioning coach like you saw Alabama's guy. He was that silent assassin, man. He catch you when you never think he was gonna catch you. You thought you was home free.
Yeah, this is Silence of the Lamb crazy, some of these stories
Home
he told me
free,
about
man.
Stuckey.
Oh man, you would think you'd be finished your workout. You just finish a 2.5 hour workout. Burnout sets at the end. You falling down walking out on Fridays after doing all those squats and stuff. Legs dizzy. You seeing stars like you're about to pass out.
When did he pass away?
Oh, I forgot when he passed away. Coach Stuckey passed away. Oh, I forgot, man. I mean, it's been about 10 years. It's been some time
Yeah.
now. It was, especially and when we found out what he passed away from, man, and that's when we realized Coach Stuckey had a lot on his mind, man. Where they was telling us that his skull, his brain was too big for his skull.
That might explain why he was crazy.
Man, his coach was something else, man. I mean, it'd be, we could be in the like for instance, in the cafeteria eating. He would have like his huge pile of spaghetti with like 3 ounces of sauce on top of it. I'm like, Coach, that's all you eat with the meat. He's like, well, we got to get those carbs in. Oh, man, you told us we got to get some protein. He said, "Well, this is a machine, man. I got a lot to burn."
Oh man.
And
Over here on YouTube, Cody Branch says he thinks the recruitment process will be delayed, but not the season. I hope you're right. Aaron Ross says the real SEC basketball tournament winner was Alabama because they lucked out avoiding the big orange butt whooping that was coming their way. And Ballard Sports Media, I think he's an Alabama fan. He says, Billy, I understand you played football for the Vols. What's the most memorable game? That's only a question you can answer, Big Worm.
my most memorable game, I'm going to say, after I hurt my neck back in '97, right before we played Ole Miss,
Alabama game.
I went down and I missed. I think it was 2 games before they released me to play again, and I came back and I actually played against Alabama. Was my first game back, and
You
they
you laid the wood on Freddie Kitchens that game.
man, I had fresh legs, Bobby. Everybody else was wore out. So
He was
that
running for his life. I
man,
saw some of them sacks.
man, we was on his butt, man. We I didn't even think they was gonna let me play as much as they did, and it seemed like every snap they let me play, I made a big play. I was either sack or tip the ball or tackle for
One of them,
loss.
you tipped the ball, and then Freddie Kitchens, the quarterback, caught it, and
Hmm.
then he was running for his life, and you took him down. Was you the one that tipped it, or was it somebody else? Somebody got their
I,
hand
I
up on
think
that
I
pass.
tipped that one.
Wow.
So that was probably my most memorable game now, man, against Alabama. We had a lot of good games. I did as myself. I didn't get to play all seasons my whole career. I think I only played one season my whole career, and that's the championship year. So it was a
You was
crazy,
always banged
crazy.
up.
Always banged up, man. I always told coach, "Hey, coach, hey, man, chances of winning, man, if I'm healthy, is almost 100%." They said, "Well, Warren, we got to keep you healthy then." And I didn't think they was going to be keeping me out of practice and doing all have me on riding bikes and sending me to the pool and doing cardio. My teammates used to be so pissed at me, but all I did was basically I would practice maybe two, maybe three series or whatever, and playing games on Saturday.
Did you see where our boy posted that video? You probably didn't see it, but he tagged you in it, and I saw it on Facebook. Travis, of the Sean Ellis big cat fumble or interception return for a
Oh
touchdown,
man,
and it had you running down beside him. You was like, "Golly, hurry up, get down here!" You was leading the
man.
way down there.
I mean, we always waiting on him, man. We got to the point we was,
He was out of breath.
I was just looking for somebody to block. Cause I'm like, man, if you ain't gonna run in here, I'm just gonna go find somebody to block, man. I couldn't
I
be. I mean,
think
he was slow.
Dwayne Goodrich is the one that hit
Yep.
the quarterback just as it was made it go up in the air. Then Sean Ellis
Who was it?
caught it.
I think that was Corey Terry knocked the crap out of him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Dwayne wasn't gonna hit nobody, man.
Oh,
Dwayne
I
was had a snack for the ball. He was probably mad that Big Cat got that ball. That's why he tackled him down in the end zone.
and I remember that year. That was what 98. I remember, man. All they were talking about was how hot it was that game at Auburn.
That was probably the second hottest game I ever played in, man. Because every series we came off, they was, we had oxygen tanks, man. They had to make sure we was on oxygen because it was dead hot out there. Breathing was tough out there. It was like being in Arizona. That
Yeah.
dry heat.
Would you say the hottest was Syracuse?
Oh gosh, Bobby, that was the hottest place ever to be called the Carrier Dome, and they didn't have AC.
Mm-mm.
It was so hot in there, man. I mean, the even the turf was hot. It's like if you touch it, it was like a knife trying to cut through butter. It was burning your skin.
Golly.
It was hot. You couldn't breathe in there, man. I mean, you had to take double oxygen. Hey, as soon as you come off, they got oxygen for you.
Wow. Oh, come on, Dennis. Dennis Wilson over here smacking his gums says catfish this coronavirus like Tennessee football the last 22 years. No, it might have been, but the next 22 is going to be like going to heaven because we coming. Aaron Ross said coach passed away April 13th, 2007.
Yep, that's right. Yep, sure it was. That's my wife's birthday. I do remember that now.
Killer Mime says I was in Athens last Friday evening and the whole place was deserted. I bet it was. I bet the hill ain't got nobody on it either. Will everybody just go home?
Yep,
I don't know.
everybody has to go home.
Dennis Wilson said uh, Coach Johnny Majors need to wear the checker jacket and maybe Tennessee can win again. Hey, if that's what it takes, we'll have him out there. I don't care if he's dead. We'll prop like that song, prop him up beside the jukebox. We'll prop his butt up in that end zone with a jacket on if that's what it takes. Oh man, who else is in here? Aaron Ross said he's getting out of here. Read some comments over on Facebook. Where we at?
Let's see here. Jared, Jared said football better not mess with it. Be messed with. I
Yeah,
think they gonna mess with it, man. I don't want them to, and if anything, push it back. But if they have to push it back to get us a couple practices, they're going to have to let us practice, man. Like I said, Clemson had 9 practices, man. That's a advantage, huge advantage. They got a chance to get the young guys in, man. We didn't get to see our quarterback, the miracle, Harrison
yeah.
Bailey. Then we got let's see who else we got over here. Let's
Tim
see.
McGee
Tell me,
said
hey,
said
super conferences sound good right about now. Can't the conference get out the NCAA and have their own rules? Well, they
yep,
can, but you know
that'd
the
be a good
NCAA
idea.
would be a great idea, but we still need somebody to monitor the people that are monitoring the monitors.
Yeah,
Because I just wish the NCAA just take their heads out their butts and realize what reality really is, or get people in there that understand the kids, not just the coaches. Need someone that understand everybody. You know, just because they have a scholarship and all that stuff don't mean they don't deserve to get some type of extra benefits as far as to help them out and do some things. That's the one thing I'm always gonna be stuck on as far as paying the players. Give them something, man. I'm not saying make them rich. Give them the
yeah,
necessities. And I'm talking about myself when I played, what I didn't have at that time. They may have changed and got some of the stuff that I did get when I was there, but I'm saying when I was there, all I needed was $250 extra a month. I'd have been happy, perfect, and that was pennies compared to what they could afford to give us back then. We got what I see. The only money I remember getting was, off campus where we got a monthly check, Bobby, and it was $499.
wow.
In the summer, it was $549
Why'd
extra
they pay you more in the summer?
because they didn't give you an extra one. It was like a meal or something. They didn't give you or
Oh, the
something.
cafeteria was closed on
Yes.
Sunday. I remember Fred White saying that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else we got here? Brian Ratliff Sr. Good morning, cuz. Good morning, cuz. How you doing, man? Long time, long time. Stacy Bradley Breeden wants to know why did he leave?
Talking about our current
Yeah,
coach.
I think he got an offer from NFL team, and I'm not sure what he was thinking. I mean, I think it was the fact that he could probably get a little bit more freedom.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to babysit as much when you're in the pros as a strength and conditioning coach. I mean, you still have a lot to do, but it's not as much because you got at the University of Tennessee, or any university, you become a entertainer to the kids in a sense. You're still you got to help recruit the kids when they come in and see this. You got so much stuff you got to do. You got all these different meetings and stuff, and I'm quite sure he got burnt out of that. But I know we'll get someone just as good as he was, and probably half the price.
yeah, because he's getting 650 grand a
Yeah,
year.
yes, he was. Flint Williams said a Chevette. Awesome, my first car. David Newcomb, he said it's a business. Only loyalty these days is the Green Benjamins. Hey,
Yep, that's true. That's
oh,
what makes my truck run. Yeah, it won't run unless you pay me.
Tim McGee, why does it seem like we are changing coaches every year? I miss majors and former days where they stay forever. Hey, he just said it. Dollar bills, the green Benjamins. It's what makes this world move. And there's no such thing as loyalty anymore, and that's why I wish it was a better situation for the kids to show with their loyalty to the teams or to the schools or whatever, and people don't get PO with them like they don't get PO with the coaches. Like a kid can transfer, and they will
Yep.
crucify him and make him seem like the worst player to ever play for the school.
I remember back in the 90s when Fulmer was like top two or three highest paid coach at like 2.5, $2.8 million. That won't even get you a Division two job now.
No, 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 no. You got to come out minimum of 3 million now,
Oh
minimum.
yeah, minimum, and
And
that's for somebody like Rutgers.
and I wish. Now, I tell you, the way to keep these coaches to make them sit their tails down is to make them just like everybody else. If you get fired, you don't get no money. Now they've got with this buyout clause and stuff. I'm like, man, well, fire me then.
Nick
Because
Saban ain't got no buyout clause.
Yeah, he don't need one. He got everything
Yep.
paid. Everything paid. I don't. I guarantee Nick don't have any bills.
No, no.
I guarantee the electric company giving him his stuff.
Yeah, well, he might not have paid his gas bill because he ran that boat out of gas on that lake with all them youngins on it. That's embarrassing, Alabama. Can't believe your coach ran out of gas a couple years ago. Mm.
What? Ran out of gas? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he had a big old pontoon boat and ran that thing out of gas.
Wow. Was he the one driving it?
Yeah, he was driving it.
Wow. That's the
It
first thing.
brand new.
Yeah, come on, man. That's the first thing you check on the boat, especially a pontoon boat. When you're going out there, you're gonna be out there all day.
Me and BVD made a video about it. We did this skit where I was Nick Saban and I was calling this boat repair shop, and he answered the phone, and he did that old sling blade impersonation. It ain't got no gas
I like them mashed potatoes.
in it. Biscuit with mustard.
I sure do like them biscuits. I remember that movie, man. I might watch that one a day, man. I've been watching so many movies, man. I guess I don't actually got tired of watching TV.
Oh yeah. Well, who else is on there? And then I'm gonna.
Man, let's see here. Flint Williams said, I guess he's talking about Syracuse. They're finally getting AC in the Carrier Dome, new style roof also. Wow, it took them that long to even consider it, being that they're the Carrier Dome. Is Carrier even still a brand anymore?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, Tim McGee. Hey, do you think Tennessee needs to dome out the stadium? Man, if they was to do that, gosh, we don't need to do that.
Nah, that kind of gives it. I like the outdoor stadium.
Yeah, because I like the overview, overhead shots of the stadiums. It matches the Vol Navy. There's so many traditions with that, man. I'm just happy they close it in because like when I see like the old stadiums when they first started it, it wasn't a dome style. It was just like a horseshoe in a sense, and I like the big dome now. So please don't close it in.
How many college teams have a dome?
It's not many.
I think like Colorado. I think they might. Some of them Pac-12 teams, maybe Washington. I don't know if they do or not,
There's
but
not
there's not a
many.
lot.
There's not many. I mean,
Syracuse, obviously, but I can't think of very many.
I can't even think of another one besides Syracuse.
Well, I think one of them Colorado teams has got a dome.
Man, every
I
time
don't know.
see those teams, it's snowing.
That's true.
No, I can't see it. Colorado, no, I don't think they're domed. Washington, I know they're not domed because I always see that mountain all the time when they're playing at 11 p.m.
Well, maybe they're the only dome.
That's the only one I can think of, man. I mean, only all other teams will be domed is when it's bowl game time when they're playing in NFL stadiums.
Hmm.
I can't think of anybody else domed.
I'm gonna look it up.
Can't be anybody else, man. I mean, I think it's the only one, man. I'm gonna almost go out on a limb and say yes. That's my
Let's
final
see.
answer.
College football teams that play in a dome. Here we go. Idaho. That's right. I've been to Idaho. I've delivered right next door. I forgot all about Idaho. I think it's
Man,
a Pocatello, Idaho.
that ain't no college.
Oh, come on, man. Tulane is in a dome. What dome are they in?
Superdome.
Oh, that's right.
That ain't their stadium.
That's true. But that still counts.
Well, hold
North
on. Where Idaho?
Dakota.
Matter of fact, where Idaho playing at? So that really their stadium?
Yeah. Yeah, there ain't nothing else in Idaho. North Dakota State.
They got it.
North Dakota. They got to have one up there because by November it's snowing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Georgia State. What dome are they in? The Mercedes Dome?
It has to be. There's nothing else out there. Has to be. They got.
Syracuse and Idaho State. Those are all the domes.
Well, Only one team that we know about.
Yep.
We ain't nobody watching Idaho or Idaho State.
Yeah, but that North Dakota State's got a good ball team.
They don't. North Dakota State.
Don't they win? Hadn't they won like I don't know how many Division II championships?
You
Or my
sure? I think there has to be North Dakota because
well, it's in a dome too. Both of them are in a dome.
you sure, man? Cause it seems like every time I see that green and gold,
Google don't lie, man.
man, Google
Ask
lie.
Abraham Lincoln. Ask Abraham Lincoln. Believe everything you read on the internet. That's one of his most famous sayings.
Let's see. Flint Williams said, ETS used to play in a mini dome.
Killer Mime on YouTube says Vols need a dome, but a little more real estate on the bleachers per seat would be nice. 9 inches isn't quite enough for big Southern hind ends like him. He came all the way up and seen us at the Tap House, Georgia fan,
Oh
and him
man.
and his family went to the Georgia Tennessee game.
Hey man, I think they was planning on everybody standing all the time anyway. But now everybody sit down and watch the game. Like I'm like, you should have stayed at home and watched the game, man.
I hope Killer Mime. I hope you enjoyed this nice, cute little run y'all been on us, Georgia over Tennessee, because it ain't gonna be much longer. I'm telling you, I promise you that.
I'm hoping it starts this year. Start the streak on every school on our schedule.
Well, we better have a season. It already got me worked up. I'm already thinking, well, there ain't no way they're gonna cancel college football. This would be like canceling NASCAR, and then they found out they canceled NASCAR, and I thought, golly.
Let's see who else.
Eh,
I'm trying to think. What else was it that I saw here? Uh, But they ain't gonna cancel it, Bobby. If anything, they'll probably do like what they did with the Olympics, push it back to 2021.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Come September, I better have college football on my TV.
Well, I'm quite sure something's about to happen, man. With the world doing what it's doing now, and think they agree on sending everybody their checks out now. So I think it's about to work out for some people. So
Hey, if they're letting people out of prison because of this coronavirus, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, I thought you're supposed to be isolating yourself. Why are they letting these people out of prison and jail?
I guess, man, they're letting the people go that was caught smoking weed or something like that. I think a little
Yeah,
petty
but why
stuff.
why is that helping them not get corona? That's putting them out where it's at. Unless they're saying it's in the jail. I don't know.
Bobby, common sense. Some people just don't have it sometimes, and I've always said it, especially when it came to like when they go and try to catch somebody in the act, and they have all these sirens on and let them know they coming before they get there. I never understood that part either. But
Well,
this whole
somebody broke into my house this past November, and they caught him. He stole checks and all my guns and stuff, and he's in jail.
oh they caught him.
Oh yeah, two of them. Prosecutor called me last week and
Oh
said, "Hey,
gosh.
we got they keep us up to date on what's going on." He said that their lawyer is going to push a motion to have them released because of the coronavirus.
Wow.
And they want to know what I thought about it. I said, "Well, you're a lady. I shouldn't say these kind of words in front of a lady, so I'll refrain. You can just guess what I'm going to say."
It's a bunch of BS.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I know. My mom. She still works in the jail situation and stuff, and she was telling me the week that they start telling everybody about the virus and stuff, and they had a big meeting about starting next week. We're not going to be accepting any new inmates and stuff like that, and we also starting next week. We're not going to be having any visitation. And she said she almost got fired because she stood up and said, "Are y'all that thing on stupid? What about right now?" The
Yeah.
virus ain't gonna come next week. It's here now. So like common sense stuff, man. Ah,
Yeah.
but it is what it
Oh,
is. It is what it is. So we have to go along with it and play the game that they're playing and hope that we all stay safe from it right now.
yep. Well, I'm gonna read off these YouTube comments. We're gonna get out of here. Ballard Sports says Dobbs to Jennings was a crazy play a few years ago between Georgia and Tennessee. Oh yeah, it was great. I remember where I was at. That was crazy. That was an up and down roller coaster. I almost wrecked my truck. Cody Branch said Whitehead dropped a quote saying that the Vols will be back on top soon. Well, they're already back on top. We're off season national champs. And Killamine said we had a great time at the game, mainly dog fans there, classed up the place. Come on, man. And Ballard said Butch Jones crying like a baby on the field. Well, let's get out of here. We've been on here for 45 minutes. Had a great time.
Uh,
We're going to do this Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and I'm going to try to do an evening show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And got some other stuff coming down the pike, too. So, anyway, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. NCAA, you touching my football, I'm going to smash you your face. I promise you that.
I sure hope Catfish is ready.
That's right.